Yeah. Never forget anyone who's passed over. Always remember them. If there is evil, forget them. Because they will be punished when they go over there. Don't think because they've been over this side, they've been punished. They're not going to be punished when they go home. But I can assure you they are. Some of them deserve everything they get. So it's going to happen to them. Right. If you just lost your mother and your dad died some years ago, let's give an example. Your dad died quite a few years ago and you just lost your mother, but your mother, she really loves your father and she missed him. And all it is to me that is a parting of the waves, and one day the waves will come together again. And that's what happens. When she left her body, the most handsome man to be stood there and he'd been saying, "Come on, love, it's me." Her husband. Now isn't that happy? That's happiness all over again. Because she's back with the man she loves. And it's right. And it's reverse it. See, your mother died some years ago and your father just died. When he goes over that side and steps out of his body, his wife's there to meet him. "Come on, love, I've got everything ready. I'll explain to you what's happening now." And that's what happens. And so don't always be sad. Because have a little bit of happiness there. Because they're going back to the people they really love and dote on. And the love of their lives. And they're with each other for eternity, if they want. And that's what usually happens. So, when you ever go to a funeral, they always say, "I'll turn up at my own funeral." Well, everybody does. And the reason that is, because they like to see who's come to their funeral, who's turned up. Remember, they just come through that door. We can't see them, but they come through that door and they walk around and thanking everybody for turning up. And that's what it's all about. So, and never forget them. Always have this. Always save a little place in your heart. That way, your loved ones will never depart. So, it's like when you go from there, they go to a cemetery. Some are cremated, some are buried. It makes no difference. Forget about that religion where it says, "We've got to bury you." You know what I mean? It's all bullshit that. But we'll discuss that later on in life. Right? You get cremated. Why? What's the difference? You don't need your body. You've left your body. You're not going to get it back. You're not going to come back to it. It's just going to rot. So rather than let it rot in the ground, why don't you give some of it and donate some of it to other people that are desperate for it? Because when you get to the other side, you're thinking, "Well, I wish I had done that." It's too late. Do it now. Because nobody's going to the only people that'll thank you is the people that you donated an organ to keep them alive, or they could carry on with their lives and with their families, bring up their sons and daughters. And one day you'll see them when they pass on and they're over there, they'll set you up, they'll look you up and they'll thank you. They'll say, "Thank you for what you did. I really appreciate that." Also, we loved ones, always keep a photograph of them in the house. And always talk to them as though they're sat here. Because they're here. They'll come and keep an eye on you all the time. Right? You smell them. You can't see them, you smell them. Something may happen and you're thinking, "What was that?" It's your family. They just come through to see how you are because you've been feeling a little bit down. So don't ever feel down, because if you feel down, they feel down and they get depressed and they don't want to be depressed because depression doesn't exist over there. But they just feel a bit low in the sense because you're low. So always look at the photographs, always talk to them as though they're there, and say good morning or good night. Good morning, mum. Good morning, dad. Night, dad. Good night, mum. You know what I mean? Because, and all them good thoughts always go to them. You don't get bad thoughts, never go through that door, never go through that window or that wall. All the good thoughts enter that window, that wall. Why? Because all the unhappiness and all the evil, deviousness, lying, so-and-so's, it happened at this side, the physical side. Nothing like that exists on the spiritual side. You see what I mean? It's like when your children die, and it's heartbreaking because you love them to bits and you think, why, why should I bury my own? And why, what's happened to your brain? Why have I lost my brain? You ain't lost your brain. You've been taken for a reason. You'll only find that reason when you leave and you end up on the spiritual side. And you'll see the brain. If you've lost a child when you've been 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years old, when you eventually pass over, don't think, well I remember him, what does it look like now? It looked like the day, the minute he passed away, when the last time you saw him. That's what it looked like. And that's what it looked like when you go over, you automatically know that that's your child. And you carry on bringing your child up. You get to know each other again, you bring them up. Because the family who's bringing them up will never ever allow that child to forget you. They'll bring him over, because every time he has a birthday or she has a birthday, never forget that birthday. Right? Have a birthday for me every year, have the photographs there, and say happy birthday, love, your son's today. Because like I say, that child will be brought over by an auntie, by a grandma, granddad, or own relatives, another sister, someone else who was very close to the family, who was a member of the family, to point out to that child, they're having a birthday field of look. There's your mum, there's your dad. So the child can come in and give you a mum and dad a hug. And this is how it is. And she'll be as happy as pie. Right? So don't ever think that when we go over there we'll forget everybody. We don't. We're more family over there than we have over here. Remember, everybody on this planet is being back to this physical side of life half a dozen times. You know what I mean? Because when we passed over, we've looked, and after about 300-400 years, we look back and think, well, I'd like another go. I'd like to go back and try something else, try and better myself again, or try and make the world a little bit better than what it is. And this is it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to explain next time about the universe, how we come to be here, and it's my version. So, and just listen and think to what I'm saying, and hopefully I'll be right. If I'm not right, I'll be near enough to being right, because certain things have happened to me when I've been across the other side, and I've been in the spiritual side of life, and I've met my mum, and I've met my dad. Beautiful, both of them. And I'll meet them again. And then when I pass over, I'm going to my mum's every Sunday for my dinner. She makes the best Yorkshire puddings going. This is my mum. And then roast potatoes are lovely. But I'll be taking my dad for a drink, because everything's the same as it is over here. The only difference is they don't have violence, they don't have hatred, they don't have any type of balance, any type of liars, deviousness. Everything's peaceful, and everything's lovely, and everybody helps each other and goes up the ways to help each other. So if you think you're going to go over that side and take what you had over this side with you, sorry, because you will get there. And if you've got that attitude, your spiritual body will be extinguished like that. Because they created you, so they're not going to about saying, well, we'll try and do this, try and do that, we're sorry we did this, sorry. It's easy just to extinguish you. There's millions and more people ready to take your place. Because all they're doing, they're experimenting with us. And if you just think about it, and I'll try and explain to you about my little bit of life, and you'll understand why we're being used as an experiment. So, listen to what I've just said anyhow, and then we'll take it from there. And I'm going to try and get on every night and explain to you. And hopefully one day, shortly, I'll write a book on the afterlife, and you'll understand a lot more. But at the moment, I can only say so much, because in this country, anywhere around the world, you can tell the truth. In this country, you can't tell the truth anymore. To get on in this country, you got to be one no good, devious, lying bastard. And I'm sorry to say that, but that's right. Then you'll get on. But if you come out here and speak the truth, oh no, you're evil. You're evil. And that's how it is. We created all this world the way it is today. We, tiny little England, created all this. But as time goes on, you'll understand that I'm right here. And if your own truths are going to come out, you're not going to like it. Some will, but that you won't. Well, that's tough. I can't help that. All you got to do is just switch off. That's all you got to do. Anyway, I'll get going. And hopefully every night there'll be someone with a tape on. So you take care and love you all. Alright, Walter.